What to do if a girl added to the blacklist. Today you will learn the true reasons why women block their boyfriends and husbands. How a woman thinks at such a moment. You will understand why she does not say directly, "I do not want to communicate with you," and everything does sneakily. Also, I will tell you what you should never do if you are on the blacklist and what you need to do to make a girl or wife unblock you yourself. No begging, no humiliation. I dated a girl once. I liked her quite a lot at that point. A few months into the relationship, I think 7 or 8 months into the relationship, there was a crisis in our relationship. She and I had a fight, and as a result, she added me to her blacklist. I already had a similar situation in my life before that, when another girl also blocked me everywhere she could. But then I panicked a lot, thinking that everything is over and she is already dating someone else. I called her from unknown numbers, trying to find out what's wrong. But as you understand, it brought no result and only aggravated the situation. After a while, the girl really found someone else. This time I did something completely different. Since I actively studied female psychology and took into account the mistakes of the past, I already had an understanding of how my girlfriend thinks, and there was an understanding of what to do after being added to the blacklist. When I realized after a few days that she wasn't going to unblock me, I did one simple action that made the girl not only unblock me, she also apologized. She said she loved me and promised not to do it again. What exactly I did and what prompted the girl to unblock me, I will tell you today. There are only 2 reasons why women add men to the blacklist. It's either manipulation or a defensive reaction. Let's start by looking at the manipulation of blacklisting. First, manipulation. A girl wants to punish you, educate you, or get something from you. And when something happens that she doesn't like, she throws a tantrum or a scandal, and then she blocks you out and waits for you to apologize. And it's preferable that you don't just say, "I'm sorry." You write and call her, send her flowers at work, maybe even for a few days, and only after that she will do a favor and forgive you. But only if you agree to her terms. Buy her what she wants or cater to her whims. Let's say, if you Saturday nights are always spent in the company of friends, where you do not call your women. Then after another scandal and subsequent blocking, the girl tells you that she will forgive you only if you will spend Saturday night with her or take her to meet friends. What is interesting is that there are women of this psychotype who like to have regular conflicts in the relationship. Such a woman has the manipulation of adding to the blacklist in her blood. And if after a quarrel she blocked you, she can agonize, suffer, not sleep nights. But nevertheless will patiently wait for the moment when it is you first get in touch, and will persuade her to return. The first she will not write. There is also a second common manipulation of adding to the blacklist. When a woman wants to pad her value and make you chase after her, with the goal of lowering your importance, showing that she's not afraid of losing you. In the second case, the blocking lasts for a much shorter period of time. A woman may even add you to her blacklist for just a few minutes, and then unblock you as if nothing had happened. And the purpose of her actions is very simple: to sway you by emotions. Especially often such manipulation women apply when a man disappears days and nights at work, or just spends little time together with her doing his own things. And the balance of importance is swamped by the woman. She arranges a scandal, accuses the man that he does not love her at all, and does not pay attention to her, and then says, "We need to break up," and blocks him out. But again, in such a situation, unblock a woman can unblock you literally in a few hours or even minutes, and even be the first to text you afterward, especially if she is afraid of losing you. Her intentions in this situation are very clear. It's pure manipulation of her sense of loss. And most men, having found themselves on the blacklist, begin to wonder what the problem is. Perhaps he really spends a lot of time at work, and if you leave it as it is, then the matter may end with a breakup. As a rule, the manipulation of adding to the blacklist always pursue a specific goal, accordingly, to obtain either moral or material gain. Woman expects that the man will be forced to adjust to her desires. What to do, of course, I do not recommend, because I remind you that if you once fell for manipulation, the woman has already realized that such manipulation on you. And the next time she wants something from you again, expect a repeat of such manipulation. If you consider adding to the blacklist as a defensive reaction, then often, in this case, the woman does not pursue any particular goal. This is just an element of distancing, but not everything is so simple. After all, it is important to understand how a woman thinks at such a moment. And here with this many men have problems. Therefore, we will now analyze the main types of female defense reactions by adding to the blacklist. The first type. Let's imagine that a woman informs you that she wants to break up with you, but you, hoping to fix everything, continue to call and write to her, thinking that this is a cunning check on her part, that she's testing you to see if you're serious, and so you write to her every day, send flowers at work, arrange a showdown with her suitors. As a result, her patience comes to an end. The woman realizes that requests to leave her alone on you do not work. As a result, she blocks you wherever she can, and your head is in the bushes. Second, a woman can block you so that you stop following her. Yes, this is also common, when after a breakup a man goes into Sherlock Holmes mode and tries to understand from the pictures of the ex-girlfriend or wife, which she puts on social networks, whether she misses or not, whether she has someone or not. The man meticulously calculates the number of her friends on social networks, seeing if someone new has come along, tracks down the people who give her likes. Well, and of course the most popular fun of a jilted man is the regular monitoring of her messengers in order to understand when she went there last. The third and very unobvious reason why a girl can add you to the blacklist. Let's imagine that you broke up as she does not see the prospects for a relationship with you. The most popular reasons for breakup are unreasonable expectations. When a man promises his girlfriend or wife to quit drinking and smoking, to find a normal job, to move away from his mom. Years go by, but it does not happen. Or if a man regularly cheats on his woman, after each cheating he promises that it will not happen again, but everything stays the same. Or if a man is married and has been promising divorce for years, but again it does not happen. On an emotional level, the woman is attracted to the man, but logic tells her that he will not change, and there is no future in a relationship with him. She long prepares to make a difficult and painful decision for herself, after which, with tears in her eyes, informs the man of his desire to part. And since it is very difficult for a woman, and every correspondence with a man gives her a lot of suffering. His new photos on social networks make the woman nostalgic for those romantic dates when she felt truly happy. But that was before. And now, having seen a new photo of her already former man, a woman cries for hours and can only come to herself with the help of sedatives. And to get rid of the heartache, to start a new life as soon as possible, she blocks the man wherever possible. I even know cases when a woman, after parting with the man she loves, changed her job and went to another country. And finally, the fourth, not the most common reason why a girl can add you to the blacklist. So, a girl may block you because she is ashamed of something. For example, a girl may sleep with you on the day she meets you, being very drunk. In the morning, she will be insanely ashamed of it, especially if she has a boyfriend. And to forget about it as quickly as possible, she blocks you everywhere. So the blocking can be caused by the fact that your wife associates any memory of you with shame. So, what should you do if you've been added to a blacklist? First of all, it doesn't mean it's over. and the chances that the girl herself, the first to get in touch, is not so small. To do this, it is important not to make mistakes, which I will now tell you about. And remember the fundamental principle of swinging on emotions, the principle of unpredictability. So, what does a woman expect from you when she blocks you? She expects you to call from unknown numbers, to apologize. She expects that you will be guarding her at home, send flowers to work, and so on. If it is manipulation by adding to the blacklist, then such actions only strengthen the crown on her head and give her even more room to maneuver, because you are under her complete control and she is not. If blacklisting is a defensive reaction, then your attempts to get in touch with the girl make her even more annoyed. And from a person she doesn't want to communicate with for a while, you turn into an asshole she doesn't even want to know anything about. So if a woman blocks you, before you try to rush into anything, remember my words. Watch this video every time you want to get in touch with a girl who has blacklisted you. So if you find yourself blacklisted anyway, it's important to take a break for a few days. If the girl manipulates you, then after some time she will realize that the manipulation did not work and the first to get in touch. Of course, the exception is when a woman kayfuts from the constant scandals and clarification of relations. She can't live without it. She also blocked her past men and patiently waited for a man with flowers and apologies to appear under the windows of her house. But with such women better not to contact, so a similar story with blocking will be repeated regularly, on occasion and without reason. If we talk about blocking as a defensive reaction, that is, leaving a woman in peace, you give her to calm down, and she will remember the positive moments that were in your relationship. And after a while she'll get in touch. But I'm anticipating a question that some of my viewers will have. What if she doesn't contact you? Let's say she unblocks you, but she won't write first. In such a situation, in any case, you should not immediately write to a woman. It is necessary to take a wait-and-see attitude. After all, it is important to understand why the woman unblocked you. If blocking, it was nothing but a defensive reaction. That woman is no longer afraid of your inadequate and intrusive actions. If blacklisting had a manipulative purpose, then unblocking is a continuation of the manipulation. And the woman is still waiting for you to write her first. But I want to point out the fact that just like that, a woman will not unblock you. So she remembers you, and she specifically went into her phone settings to unblock you. She's not just gonna do that. And she has some interest in you. Does that mean you shouldn't be the first to contact a woman who's blocked you? Not at all, you can get in touch. But getting in touch in such a situation can be compared to a surgical operation, where every detail should be thought through. There is no general scheme of getting in touch in such a situation, but in order for you to understand how to get in touch, let's go back to the story I told at the beginning. When a girl blocked me after we had a fight, what did I do? I waited a week. I didn't call her or text her. It became clear to me that the girl wasn't going to text me first either. Then I came up with a clever move to sway her emotionally. I had some of her stuff left over, and since I couldn't afford to send her things to her by cab, I couldn't afford it. It was quite costly for me. I asked a friend of mine, whom she knew well, to drop these things off to her at work. When they met, the girl was quite agitated and upset. I had prepared my friend in advance for what she was allowed to say and what she was not allowed to say. Eventually, when the girl asked, "How's Tim doing?" he gave out a pre-prepared answer. "Tim is disappointed in you and has decided to start a new life." Literally an hour later, the girl unblocked me, apologized for everything, and said she loved me. What exactly did it do to her? By handing her things with a friend, I showed her that I wasn't going to chase her. And if she didn't do something about it, she might rub me out for good. She had a strong sense of loss. As a result, she unblocked me and apologized, This is an example from personal practice, how you can sway a girl by emotions even if you are blacklisted. So always remember, if a girl has blocked you, it's not a verdict. This is just a reason to gather the will in a fist, and not to humiliate yourself in the hope of quickly making up with her. Only endurance and calmness helped you to achieve the result. I don't doubt your success as usual.